Setting up for Facebook Live. Done. Redirecting. Apparently, we're good to go. I think we're about to do a podcast.
Yes, we are.
Okay, here comes the theme.
ZM, that's us and them. It's our pop-up podcast. I hope you like it, and if you don't, it's just because, oh my gosh, you're not cool like ZM.
This is ZM. I'm the Z, Zoe, and my co-host, the M, Milky. Happy Saturday. We're happy to have you all here with us. And of course, we can do this without our wonderful sponsor, McCarthy Automotive.
McCarthy Automotive!
If you're dealing with pothole problems, as we all probably are, or you need to get that RV on the road before your summer vacay, McCarthy Automotive is where you take it. So thank you guys so much for sponsoring the show. And if you do us a favor, definitely let them know that you stopped by because you heard them on ZM.
Oh, yeah. Please do that. Thank you. No, that's so important. Thank you. Because, a lot of times, businesses do all kinds of marketing and they very seldom know what's working unless you tell them. So thank you. Good point. Yes. McCarthyAutomotive.ca. Hello, Z in the ZM equation.
Hello, Milky. How are you this Saturday?
I'm okay, but just in our little preliminary conversation, I'm feeling so... I'm just not in the same class as you. You have had the busiest freaking week. You were about 1,000 different places. I was here doing radio shows. I just stayed here. I went to the dog park. That's about as exciting as it got.
Yeah, no, it's true. And honestly, I do it to myself and I have a real hard time saying no, but here we are, you get through it and then you're like, oh, that's nice. And then maybe I'll go into hibernation for a day or two and then come back out. So,
well, you got to take care of yourself. Absolutely. Yes. At all times.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So
but, yeah.
You were at Laugh for the Cure. I saw that. That's always a great event.
Fantastic event. Honestly, I love, like anything else, using comedy as a way to feel better and self-regulate. So it's a perfect event for what they're doing, of course, which is for the Ottawa Cancer Foundation, which is a phenomenal foundation helping thousands upon millions at this point with their services for free, thanks to obviously wonderful sponsors and donors like the Laugh for the Cure event. Yeah, so it was great. It was great. The Joes did phenomenal. The pros did phenomenal. And of course, the headliner, Rory Gardner, was just absolutely hilarious. And this year, I think it's their fourth year doing it. And every year, the event just grows and grows and becomes better and better. So if you have a chance next year to get tickets, I highly, highly recommend.
I've never been. I would love to go to that. And, somebody said this on Facebook this week, and I wanted to comment. Now you know how I feel, because I've always felt this. And I'm sure I've said this on the podcast before. This city seems to be very good at reporting on things after they happened. I don't know. You're clearly, more connected these days. You actually have a job. You're in touch with more people,
Yeah.
I'm just saying you're more involved in the community. I'm doing Sarasota and Kitchener and Guelph and Owen Sound. And, I'm not as dialed into all things Ottawa as I should be. But I just find that stuff doesn't pop up on my social media feed in advance. Not similar to the old newspaper days where it never got published until afterwards. I find that frustrating.
Yeah, no, and I definitely don't disagree. Without knowing through work that this was going on, I honestly would have not seen it anywhere. I had not seen it anywhere on my social media or anyone talking about it. Didn't really see it on any news station. I was definitely confused, to say the least.
So here's an open invitation to anyone from Laugh for the Cure who's hearing this or seeing this. You are always welcome in advance of your events to come on this podcast and promote what you've got going on. Did I hear you right? Alistair McAllister was part of that event?
Yes. They get some absolutely phenomenal people to mentor the Joes. And Alistair McAllister was one of them. There was Rick Curry as well, Pierre. They're all phenomenal Canadian comedians who are very well known because, doing things on CBC and CTV and stuff. So they do a great job every year. And it always blows my mind with the Canadian headliners that they get to. I got to see Brett Butt 2 years ago, and that was phenomenal to actually get to be in the same room as him, because to me he's such a Canadian legend in comedy. So what's he done of note? Anything Just like a little show called Corner Gas, he wrote a phenomenal book too,
Oh
actually. If
yeah,
anyone
for
is
sure.
into like the comedy horror book genre, he wrote a phenomenal book called Huge. Highly recommend. It's very good.
I'm just glad you eventually realized that I was being completely sarcastic about Brent.
No, I know. No,
Um,
of course. But you
Al-
never know. The audience might need to know.
yeah, fair. Oh yeah, the audience, right?
Yeah, right. It's not just the two of us chatting away as
Right.
usual.
Hi, audience. Right.
Hi, audience.
I brought Alistair up for a reason. He's one of the nicest people and just a very clever comedian. I've only done stand up twice. The first time I did it, it was just, I mean, it was in the middle of Quebec, in the middle of a referendum, and the first words out of my mouth were about, I cannot wait for Quebec to separate so that my drive to the East Coast is that much shorter. Ha 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 ha. Long story short, I could not get out of that province fast enough with my life.
Yeah, they
But
wanted your
Alistair,
head for sure.
oh yeah, but Alistair was the headliner on that, and he's always been very nice. And oh yeah, I remember. I'm sure Alistair does not remember, but I got to know him a little bit when he worked at the new RO, which then
Okay.
became CTV2. So we were in the same building for a while, and that's where I'd remind him. Yeah, I remember this gig you did in Dorval. He wouldn't remember, but anyway, he was always very very nice about it. But his stand up the same as it was then? Because what I found remarkable about him, there were three comedians. Well, there were two comedians and me on the bill. And I'm in the green room, like basement, whatever, and I'm going through all my lines, right? Rehearsing everything I've written line by line, like it's a speech. And Alistair's just sitting there reading the newspaper. And I'm like, this guy can't be very good. He's just sitting there reading the newspaper. Like, dude, like practice your lines. I forget what the second guy was doing. But then I saw Alistair perform, and his whole thing is built around, I mean, he's got this set of comedy, but
Yes.
what he's doing is he's going through the newspaper and he's finding local things, topical things, and bringing those up as kind of the billboard for everything he's doing. And then he's got these, go-to lines that he just knows how to, point in the right direction and bring it home. He's just incredibly brilliant.
Oh yeah, and again, I was gonna say the exact same thing. Was like, yeah, very topical, very on point. Very,
Okay.
he had a great joke about his grandmother or his mother coming from Trinidad and like for the first time ever in her life during Christmas, and she really really wanted to be there, and he's like, no, I really think you should wait till summer. And so yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's very topical, very on point for sure with how we're all feeling right now.
Right on. Before we let the comedy thing go, I got a message last night from our friend Lauren Lane, who is another
Yes.
phenomenal local comic. She's been on our podcast before. She has an event coming up mid-April, and she would like to be on the podcast again. I said, look, you're always welcome on the podcast, but I do need to check with Zoe, and I figured it was an automatic yes. So,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
all right.
I'm always a more the merrier kind of gal. If anyone knows anything about me, they're like, oh, yeah, Zoe, more the merrier.
Party Central, Zoe Thorne. All right, well, Lauren, you
Yeah.
heard it here. So yes, let's book Lauren for the 11th of April, and she'll be telling you all about a show. It involves tarot cards and all kinds
Oh,
of
great.
cool stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah. So in the lead up to that, we'll talk more about it. But there you go, Lauren. You are officially confirmed for the 11th of April, and don't be late this time. Like what the hell?
Leave her alone. We're terribly late all the time. We never start the show on time.
Oh,
If
yeah.
we had a boss, we would have been fired.
It's only okay when we do it, right?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And you also
Yeah.
did karaoke this week. Why?
It was for a friend's birthday. Yeah, they just wanted to
Okay.
do karaoke, and
Eh,
yeah, Pub Wells does a fantastic karaoke on Tuesdays. Highly recommend. I did the song "Here" by Alessia Cara.
you need new friends. If karaoke, sorry.
Well, I'm trying to, I don't know, make sure I feel comfortable behind a microphone in any setting. So I felt like it was a good way to break out of my comfort shell because I normally just sing in the shower in the car by myself. So No one
Okay.
needs to hear that.
And I just want, to point out that you and I have been friends for what, 3-4 years now? Not once have I ever asked you to go and do karaoke with me. Real friends don't ask friends
Don't.
to karaoke with them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and especially it's always that oh, do you do karaoke? If you hesitate, you're doing karaoke. You have
Yeah,
to if you don't like karaoke, you immediately say no. You're like, no, no, I don't.
My disdain for karaoke is due to the fact that when karaoke was a new thing in the late 80s, early 90s, I was the guy at the bar introducing everybody to the world of karaoke. And here's how karaoke works. And the words pop up on the screen and you follow the bouncing ball and blah, 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 blah. And then, it very quickly became this huge thing that everybody was doing. But every single karaoke night was the same people. And everyone thinks, and are they still doing this? Are they still singing The Rose by Bette Midler?
No, I did. That one was not played that night.
Okay. Are they still singing Wind Beneath My Wings by Bette Midler?
No, that one was not played either. Actually.
Wow. Okay. So there has been
Don't
some
stop
progress.
believing that happened. Obviously.
Nobody should ever try and do that song because nobody can do that justice.
Yeah. Well, they did okay.
Really?
Someone did a song by Tenacious D, which was they did a really good job on that. That one was super funny.
Well, as cool as you make it sound, karaoke is still cringe.
Yes. No, I agree. Trust me. And I didn't want, I felt bad for everyone having to listen to me for that, what was it, minute and a half song at least. So.
By the way, anybody who has video of that, I will pay you $1.
Anyone who gives him that video, I will find you.
I will pay you $2.
I will find you. It's an open-ended threat. We don't know what will happen if I find you.
We're not even going to get a sample of what you can do.
No.
Wow, man.
You'll have to just go to Pubwell's on Tuesday and hope I'm there. But I might not be.
Shameless. All right. And you went to the Bytown Cinema as well this week, I understand.
I did. They did a special screening of Cinderella's Story, which is one of my favorite Hilary Duff movies. Yep.
Hilary Duff. That's all you need to say.
It was all slumber party themed, so you were supposed to show up in wearing either PJs or your favorite Hilary Duff outfit, inspired outfit. So yeah, it was really fun. Good on the Bytown. It was a really great experience, and it was all quick and easy, and loved it.
Have you seen her on Hot Ones?
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh my God.
I've actually I'm excited to watch that. I saw that it popped up last week.
She did really well, actually.
Did she?
Really well. Oh yeah, yeah, and yeah, and she rose above too, and she had a lot of fun with him. Yeah.
Oh, I'm going. We already bought tickets for her show.
I know.
The pre-sale. Yeah. Me and my girlfriends, we were on it. We were on it.
I have seen Hilary Duff live. I took my niece years ago.
Yeah, I have to wait a year. I'm really I keep seeing the posters everywhere, and I'm like, I know it's next February. Stop reminding me.
So, the other big news that you have, and we can't tell anybody why, but we've been doing this podcast for 3 years. Correct me.
Yeah.
Roughly 3.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
And the topic of we should do headshots comes up a lot. And
I don't know why.
because now, AI has finally stopped making you look like a little kid, and actually,
thank you, AI.
actually makes you look somewhat like you actually look. So okay,
wrinkles and all, man.
No, it does not.
I want the wrinkles. Give me my tiny nose. That's what I really get upset when it gives me a big nose, because I don't have a big nose. And give me wrinkles instead. I'd much prefer that.
It just kills me that you are such a dynamic personality. You love the spotlight. Right?
Dynamic.
You do, and you've done modeling before, but you resist headshots, and yet you've got a gig coming up. We can't go beyond that, but you've got a gig coming up, and it requires you to have headshots done, and you're not
So this
happy.
came up prior to the show, like us logging on to do this. Like we were chatting, and I mentioned any tips you have, because I'm honestly petrified of this whole situation. I don't know why. Like cameras just freak me out. Like
So for the listener who's not aware, I still do photography, not to the degree that I was doing it years ago. I was set up with a professional photography business. I was doing a lot of real estate shoots. I was doing a lot of sports photography, but I was doing a lot of headshots as well for corporate, lawyers and a lot of real estate agents and other businesses as well, a lot of high tech people. And here's how I always approached it, because I like to engage with people, right? And I like to talk to people, and I like to explain to them what I'm doing. And that is born of my early days in radio, when I was sent to a photographer to get some headshots done. And it was like upstairs in an attic kind of thing. He'd set up a photo space. And he's just done this 1,000 times and basically shoved me here and moved me here, and it just kept grabbing me and turning me and whatever else, and tilting my head and grabbing my chin and pulling my nose, and I just but never explained what he was doing, and it was terrifying. It really was terrifying and uncomfortable. And it wasn't until I got into photography that the wheels started turning. I'm going, oh, this is why he wanted my head to this direction. This is why he was pulling my shoulder forward. This is why. But he never explained why. So, long story short, when you're doing headshots, you will be asked to position your body in ways that feel very unnatural and almost uncomfortable, like, kick a hip this way, bring your shoulder up this way, and bring your head down, but turn your eyes back towards the camera. And it's kind of like, no, these are not natural movements. But what they're doing is they're creating lines in the image. And they're creating lines based on where the light falls, where your best features are, and what's the objective of the headshot. But, typically a headshot is to bring the eyes subliminally to your face as the subject. So if your shoulder...
And that is like the most terrifying sentence to me. I don't know. I hear things like that and I'm like, no, it's fine. We don't need to look.
You're on the podcast. You got into radio because you want to be a radio star. Then you got onto this podcast because you wanted to align yourself with the biggest radio star in the history of radio stars.
Facts. I dare say legend.
But
See,
thank you.
Look at how I can make him bashful too.
Thank you for letting me have that moment. That's funny, 'cause that's who I am, right? That's
the
who
man,
I am.
the myth, the legend, the Milky.
Yeah. That's me walking around in real life going, don't you know who I am? Please. But no, you've always wanted a spotlight. So, that you're kind of shy.
You've always wanted the spotlight. No, never.
And why did you?
My laugh has always wanted the spotlight, and that actually I got stopped. Like me and my girlfriend left Laugh for a Cure, and then we were just chatting outside the parking garage before I went in, and someone was walking past, and she walked right up, and it was another one of our friends, and she's like, I knew it was you. I heard Zoe's laugh. I was like, no, not again. That was literally Thursday.
So you're avoiding the subject.
Well, yeah, sorry, what's the subject?
you craving the spotlight. Like, okay, so that's news to me. Why did you want to get into radio then? Like, you chose the program at Algonquin College.
Yeah, but like if I wanted the spotlight, I would have gone into like television.
You don't think there's a spotlight in radio, especially back at that time?
But like I felt like a lot of people just didn't really know what hosts looked like. Because I would do a lot of events.
Okay. All right.
And like people would be like, oh, I didn't realize like that's so-and-so from the station. And I'd be there like, oh yeah, no, they're great. Go talk to them. Like, but they just didn't, even though their faces were on billboards on, bus stations and stuff like that. People just never registered that those are actually the hosts. So I think I kind of liked that aspect of it. The
The
kind of
anonymity.
anonymous. Yeah, the anonymity.
Yeah.
Dibba-dibba-dee-dee-dee.
I understand.
Anonymity.
Anemone.
Anonymity. So yeah, I think maybe that's why I gravitated to that.
Yeah,
So,
okay,
yeah.
okay, that makes sense because I mean I got into radio, I don't know, a couple of years before you, but the idea of being on a billboard or the side of a bus or anything of that sort was really reserved for the morning star, right? Like people who were doing middays, afternoons, evenings, overnights, weekends, they very rarely were having their pictures taken and published anywhere. So I get that. I liked the mystery of radio, that it was all.
Yeah.
It was an audio medium, and it's interesting. I got into a conversation with somebody last night who remembers those days of radio and really appreciates that I still deliver a show that is very reminiscent of that. I mean, that's the radio I grew up on, where sound effects and storytelling, and it brought you in, and everything was just it was riveting, and it was a tease. Like Casey Kasem was this amazing. I mean, he had an amazing countdown, but the key to his success, one of the huge keys to his success anyway, was his ability to hook you, through the commercial break coming up, because he could just do this tease. But, and he had this voice of, coming up on Casey's Top 40, the only artist in the history of the world to ever save a dog from a waterfall. Oh,
yeah.
God,
I got to figure out who
Right.
that is. Yeah.
So,
especially at a time when Google didn't exist, because then you could just Google it and then you'd know who it is. And you're like, oh, okay, I could log off now.
yeah,
Like,
now, you do that now, and somebody they just bark at their phone, and
Yeah.
Or even worse, you've got, it's an unfortunate reality in the business, and I understand why it's there, but it's one of the challenges I think that radio has now, and part of the, disconnects, for lack of a better word. But you've got someone who's, through no fault of their own, but, maybe 23 or 24 years old, doing a show on an 80s radio station. They didn't live through the 80s. I did. I remember the smells, the sounds, the hairspray. I remember, shopping at Stitches and Le Chateau and what all of those things meant. I remember jelly shoes. Every girl in my high school wore them. We all had swatches. A friend of mine from high school brought it up the other day that, he remembers the day one of my buddies went to Stitches at Bayshore and bought the Michael Jackson Thriller jacket.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I'm like, he still has it because I'm still in touch with this guy, right? And he's still got the jacket. But, someone in their 20s, they'll bring up facts, and again, through no fault of their own, because I'm not trying to throw anybody under the bus. They're doing the best they can. But they bring up these things. It's like, if I live, and the station is obviously targeted to my generation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can't talk about people's experiences if you didn't have those experiences. So they bring up facts that they think are interesting. But
hard to be relatable.
Yeah, but
you kind of lose that relatability with your audience if you don't have that kind of lived experience. But not saying that you can't have that lived experience and still be relatable, but it's just harder. It's a harder wall to break down. Yeah,
like telling me that David Lee Roth, like when you're playing Just a Gigolo or California Girls, and the only thing you come up with is, I don't know if you know this, but he used to be the lead singer with Van Halen. I mean, that's duh.
Or just being or they're saying a fact about something like this happened at this concert, and the person's like, I was there. I don't need you to tell me. I know because I was there in person.
Listen, I don't envy it. And for the record, I was the youngest person on staff at Cool FM back in the day, and that radio station, so I would have been 23, 24 years old. That radio station, by design, the audience, the niche in the market that they saw, and all radio stations have a niche that they're going after, because that's where they see the opportunity for the most listeners. That's, the opportunity they see that's not being, the advertising dollars are there for it, but, they're not being capitalized on. But the radio station at the time was, I was 24. We were talking to an audience of 35 to 54-year-old women. They had very different life experiences than I had. So the stuff I was talking about, and I still, bring it up. Oh God, every Thursday I had to go in for, they were telling me about who our audience is, and they'd paint this picture of what, Sally was up to this week, and the magazine she was reading, and the show she was reading. And they were trying to at least help me understand who this audience was. Now that I'm beyond the age of that demographic, I could talk about it with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
Right. Because I know what it's like to be, in your 50s and what your kids are up to and what you're thinking and what your worries are and, what you're likely to be watching on TV and stuff.
Yeah. Long story short, I'm terrified to get headshots.
Oh, yeah. Right. It's about you. It was about you, not about me. I forgot.
No. Nothing's ever about me.
What?
No. So he was just trying to help me out before the show, and I was like, you know what, maybe someone else in the audience is getting headshots soon and they're scared like me, and they might want to know from a photographer's point of view, what are we doing here? So thank you.
You did a little bit of modeling, and I think it was around your high school years. So what gave you the confidence to do that?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Not that I ever booked anything. Like, let's be honest here. I just went for a workshop. Basically what the modeling career ended up being was me paying to do a modeling workshop. And then I think I did a couple free gigs, and that was about it. So
that's typical.
Clearly.
I paid for the opportunity to be with the photographer and did gigs in exchange for exposure. Yeah. Sadly, that's most.
Yeah, we've all been there, right?
Just go in. The hope is that you have chemistry with whoever's behind the camera.
Yeah, I think. Well, sorry, I was going to say, I think some of my anxiety stems from what am I wearing? Is there a criteria? There's just some unanswered questions for me, and so
ask for direction on that.
I don't know how to do my makeup. I don't do makeup. I wear mascara, guys. That's it. I do my daily moisturizing routine, and I wear mascara. So I don't know. Do I need to put highlighter on? I don't know. I don't know, because I don't do this stuff. So I'm kind of freaked out.
This is valid. So whoever you're doing this headshot for, the people who are paying for this, go to them with those questions. Hey, my makeup routine is real simple. I just do mascara and some moisturizer. Will there be a makeup person? Or what? What are you expecting? What is the look you're looking for?
Well, and one of my friends was like, "Oh, how are you going to do your hair?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I just do a blowout kind of in the morning, not even a really good blowout, but it's cute, and that's about it. So I don't really know.
So ask, and if they're not telling you, then you just show up as you and be your authentic self and rock the shit out of that.
Yeah, so that's kind of where my head's at with the headshots.
But you have fun doing pretty much anything I've ever seen you do with just unbridled passion, and you laugh your way through it. You'll be fine.
Yeah. That's basically. I was like, if anything, I'm just gonna try to have fun with it and not be awkward, because I just feel like I get very awkward when there's a camera in front of me.
So, do you want me to pull out the camera and do a quick little session with you? Because I'm happy to.
Yeah, Costco with the hot dog.
Okay.
I've always wanted to have a Costco hot dog shoot. Nothing screams professional like me sitting under one of those umbrellas eating a hot dog.
All right. Well, bonus points for originality. In fact, I'm going to suggest, because the mayor calls me every now and then. He's apparently
some questions for the mayor.
Yeah. So listen, and I don't want to throw him under the bus on this photo that has kind of gone viral. The mayor, in case you're not aware, every single day or so, he sends out a newsletter, but also on his social media, he always posts a photo, I think from his walk. Wherever he snaps a photo.
That's great.
But there was one this week that, listen, for all I know, he's I'm not going to question somebody's art and what they see in a photograph, but you've seen the same image I have. I saw the remnants of a hockey rink that is.
I was going to say a dilapidated.
Wet and.
Just,
ugh.
Yeah,
there's a fallen down Christmas tree.
Yeah.
In front of the entrance to it. and the whole rest of the image, like it might as well have been shot in black and white. I don't think it
Yeah.
was. He hasn't
No.
photoshopped it. It was a gray
No.
day, but it's just like sporadic trees behind, and it was just. Again, who am I to question somebody's artistic interpretation of a scene? But I'm curious if you saw the same thing I did and wondered.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
What's going on here, bud? And I'm not saying like I need the most dynamic photo in the world from your morning walk. And like, I mean, even if the tree was standing up, like, I think it would have been better than with the tree fallen over. But like, so he kindly did a wonderful video for the opening of Laugh for a Cure. And this was probably, I think, like a day or two after this photo had gone kind of semi-viral.
Did he address it?
No, of course not. But like, it was just like a pre-recorded video. And the minute his face popped up on the screen, I literally out loud was like, bro, what was with that photo? Like, the minute I saw Mark Sutcliffe, I was like, bro, the photo. Like, what was that about? Like, so yeah, I would say, if he was going for something dynamic and dramatic, I think it was lost.
Yeah, he clearly saw something that I don't think the rest of us saw in there. And again,
I love the fact that he thinks we are so artsy that we will understand. But maybe he's just on like a different level of art. Like he is, Van Gogh, and we are just the average commoner. I don't know.
Listen,
I don't know. I really want to know what was going on when he decided to take that photo.
I don't. I wouldn't say that Mark and I are great friends. Like we're certainly not, calling each other all the time. Hey man, what are you up to? You want to go grab a beer this week or anything like that? But I consider him to be a friend, and I have certainly. I mean, I've met his wife, I've met his kids, I've been to their home, and I can tell you this: they do have pretty good taste.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, maybe he's just playing at a level that none of us can, handle. And like, cool. Like I
wouldn't describe their home as garish or anything. I would say it's a lovely home. It's small C conservative. It doesn't overwhelm. It's tastefully done. So yeah, there's an artistic impression going on there that I'm not tapped into. But okay, I was just curious if you.
And I love like we're saying all this, and then I feel like if we ask Mark, he'll be like, "Oh no, all of that was my wife." Did you guys not see that photo that I posted? It was
Ginny
my
took
wife.
that. No.
No, that she did the house. Like he's like, did you not?
Well, yeah, okay.
She's the one with taste. I took a crappy photo.
That may track. You may be onto something there.
I think if we asked him, he would say like, "Oh,
Fair.
My wife is the one with all the taste." Yeah, no.
Fair. Yeah. Can we see photos of your bachelor pad when you were in college or university? Mr.
He's like, "Oh, she lays out my outfit every morning for me." He's like, I'd be lost without her.
I mean, what
a sweet love story.
That's hilarious because just the imagery of, I'm the mayor and there's his wife is like, "Oh, honey, wear the blue tie today."
Yeah, honey, not that tie with those socks. No.
And yet, do you think for a second, the brown suit aside, do you think for a second that in the years that Barack Obama was president, Michelle wasn't behind the wardrobe to some degree? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. No, she's definitely a fast.
In fact, that probably happens more than we realize.
Yeah, for sure. I think there was like, and sadly for her, there was obviously like not rules, but like you had to kind of confine your wardrobe now that like, she's not the first lady anymore and stuff. Like her wardrobe has just gobsmacked me every time. It's just phenomenal. I'm like, why couldn't she wear that as the first lady? But yeah.
I mean, times evolve too. But anyway, I love the idea that
Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, sorry, Mark. Anyway, love you, buddy.
Out of the city. Don't banish me to the east.
Hey, I'm looking for a reason to get the camera picked up again. Actually, that'd be kind of fun for the mayor is to do a little daily photo contest. And what do you see in the city today?
Yeah, and then like he could give away free parking. as like
Sure.
the winner. The winner
Sure.
gets free parking in the city for a day.
Okay, well let's get some consultants in on this, and they'll generate a report on the benefits of this, and then it'll go through council and be debated. And 10 years from now, we'll have a policy in place where somebody can win free parking for a photo.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then they win it, and then they immediately take it away.
Just like Zoe's days of modeling, but you'll
Yeah.
gain exposure. You'll be in the mayor's newsletter. We got to move on. Let's talk some positive news for Ottawa. And it's funny that this came up this week because I was sort of like, did anything ever come of that? So everybody knows where the chapters was on
I've been watching
Rideau
it
and
closely.
Sussex. Have you?
Yeah.
So I'm not
Yeah.
downtown, but I've heard nobody talking about it. But we got the word this week that yes, indeed, Live Nation Canada has announced the brand new nightclub that was supposed to be going in there is in fact in the middle of construction right now. It's called History, and it will open in August. And oh my God, you're losing your mind over the lineup for the first week.
I mean, my goodness, like Mariana's Trench, the Pretty Reckless, like the list goes on and on. Please go check it out. I'm just absolutely thrilled with this venue size that the NCC agreed to this, because it was such wasted space and an area that we are really struggling to get, I think, tourism dollars back into after COVID. So
People are reluctant
I
to go
think-
down to the Byward Market.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot to draw them down to the Byward
Exactly.
Market.
Yeah. And I think this is going to be a really beneficial thing for the downtown core. It's a collaboration. Yeah, Live Nation has history in Toronto, so this is kind of like its sister one. And then it's doing a collab with Drake on this event space, and it looks like it's going to be extremely, architectural wise and like venue wise, like very sleek, very modern design to it. I think it is going to become a really big venue for Ottawa. So I'm very excited already with just like the few names that they announced over like kind of the fall or like, it's like summer fall months that they have the announcement. But
I kind of think, like my days of concert clubs, so it's about a 2,000, I don't want to say seat venue. I'm not sure if there's seating at all, but capacity is 2,000. And so to me, in my mind, that would be about the same size as like Barrymore's, which unfortunately sounds like it's never ever going to see the light of day again.
I know, which kills me because I go by it often and
it
it
was
just like
beautiful.
breaks my heart.
It was a beautiful
breaks my
space that
heart.
nobody took care of, and it's kind of caved in on itself, and it's falling apart.
Yeah.
So we don't have all this to say. We don't have a venue of that size, about 2,000 people, which is perfect. The Wallflowers, I kind of would have thought they'd be at a bigger space than that, although they had one headlight and then what?
Yes.
Right.
Well, but then again, like Kaleo, like he, has had some pretty big hits. I know they did City Folk just 2 years back, 3 years back. And again, like that is usually a capacity of almost 10,000, I think. So, and I got a pick like that was thrown into the crowd. I got a pick from Kaleo. But yeah, the Pretty Reckless. I'm very excited about that. I
would've
don't see a lot of bands like that.
The Pretty Reckless to
through.
me, I would have thought would be playing at least a Civic Center sized venue, if not Canadian Tire Center. Am I overestimating the Pretty Reckless?
I don't think you're overestimating. I again think sometimes it comes down to the lack of accessibility to the venue space, because I went to see Jack White at the TD place, and it wasn't even a completely sold out show. So
Jack White didn't sell out the Civic Center?
I mean, someone could tell me I'm wrong, but from what I remember,
smokes.
there was still room available. So yeah, I think it's just, again, I don't know. I don't know if it's because of the venue style or the venue size, but I think like for the Pretty Reckless, that style of venue, like History, is more on par than being at like a TD place. Even a Bronson Center would probably be more idyllic for them and the kind of show that they put on than...
I've not been to the Bronson Center, so I have no frame of reference.
They removed
for that
all the
at
seats.
Okay.
So the Bronson Center, like they removed all the seats from it. So now it's just like, a flat angled surface, and then of course like kind of that area right in front of the stage that's flat. So it is kind of like standing room only vibes, which I think is more the Pretty Reckless style of venue to perform in. Like,
I would think I would think their fans would be, want to be in a mosh pit type environment.
Yeah, like not sitting in a chair, which is kind of what TD Place kind of confines you unless you're doing some sort of like floor thing. But so I think I think those kind of bands, that style of venue is what's actually going to work for them and sell out shows. And people are very excited about this lineup. So yeah, like you were saying, the Wallflowers are going to be August 20th. Kaleo is going to be September 9th. The Pretty Reckless is going to be September 13th. Sabaton,
I believe.
Sabaton, yes, is going to be September 26th. Two Door Cinema Club is going to be October 2nd. Bahamas is October 7th. Mariana's Trench. So excited for them to be back. October 24th. We have, of course, our local celebrity talk.
Hawk is going to make his way from Stittsville to the Byward Market.
Yes, for December 4th. So definitely make sure to catch that. And of course, Wolf Parade, phenomenal Canadian group, is going to be December 11th. So, and of course, that's more to come. So keep checking on their Instagram page, History Ottawa, as well as their website, historyottawa.com, for more show announcements coming up over the summer.
Showing off with all this, I got the dates, I got the venue.
Oh, like I said, I've been heavily, since the NCC announced this sale, I've been heavily watching.
Well, plus you're in commercial real estate, so you're tapped into this.
Yeah, so I've just been watching, like, once the website popped up, I was checking it out to see kind of what the style of the venue is going to look like. Once their Instagram popped up, I was already following. So yeah, no, I've been heavily,
it looks pretty cool.
I'm very excited for this venue. If you can't tell, also Live Nation, call me, because clearly I should be promoting this for you.
I mean, yeah, the ZM podcast should be the official
one and only
concert. The last word on for the reviews of every show that takes place at History should be Zoe Thorne on the ZM podcast each and every week. Absolutely. But all the Pretty Reckless to me, like I said, when I think of them, and I mean Taylor Momsen, we all know she was sitting.
Again, huge Gossip Girl fan too, so that just ticks two boxes for me.
Since I launched my radio station, I have played the crap out of the Pretty Reckless. I just love their whole sound.
No, they're great.
In my mind, and again, I don't really go anywhere or do anything, but in my mind, I had them filling places like Canadian Tire Center. So I think to see them in an environment like that is going to be one of those shows that for years people are going to be like, talking about that show the same way they do if they saw U2 at Roosters at Carlton years ago.
Yeah.
Right? This little space that they didn't belong there. They were bigger than that, and they became this huge, huge, huge thing. And I saw them back in the day. So I think that's a real opportunity to see not just them, but obviously some of the other artists that you know better than I do. So
yeah. Well, and very interestingly, the prices aren't terrible so far to get into some of these shows. So the
except
tickets
that you have to deal with Live Nation, who are Ticketmaster.
Well, you could find StubHub and there's some other ones. But honestly, I was kind of intrigued to see what the prices were going to be like, and I'm not gobsmacked. I'm not Taylor Swift Era Tour. What do you mean I'm paying $1,000 to get in?
$1,000? That's
no
ride to a Taylor Swift show.
So it was showing around $81 for floor for the Pretty Reckless, which I think is very reasonable. I think that is actually a very reasonable price. So,
I would pay $81 tomorrow to see them.
Yeah, and that was on StubHub, but and then the balcony seats are more, but I think that's more of a lounge kind of VIP vibe sort of situation up there. Yeah, those ones kind of jumped up to the $260. So again, I think that's kind of the more VIP. But just to get in general admission, I think $81 is very fair.
Right. Yeah, no, I listen, the cost of tickets for most shows these days, I mean, you hear people talk, does Paul McCartney need to be charging $5,000-$6,000? I don't begrudge the artists. If you can get it, go get it. But
of course,
we talked about this last week, the Sens, NHL hockey, I can't afford to go to a game
No.
like that. Like, this is why I love the Ottawa Charge, and I'm happy to support that. It's priced more appropriately for me, and I think for most families. And as more and more belt tightening is happening, I can't do those big shows.
But we also have to,
81
like,
bucks. Yeah, I will find $81 for sure.
yeah, and I think we also have to take into consideration that these, tours and concerts and stuff, a lot of money goes into them.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you are also paying
yeah.
for the whole production side of these things, right? And
Seeing the cost of diesel for those trucks?
Exactly, right? So you do have to kind of consider those things when looking at ticket prices. And I do understand sometimes the high cost because the production value in some of these concerts now is just wild.
Remember when Garth Brooks did 6 or 7 shows at the CTC a couple of years ago? I remember the trucks were going up Hunt Club Road, and they were instantly identifiable as being part of a show like that because it was the red truck and the plain white trailer, none of it logoed. And I happened to have a CB in my pickup truck, and I was listening, and I could hear them all talking with the southern accent, and you could just tell by the way they were talking that they were the Garth Brooks guys. But I counted at least 8, if not more, trucks on the road. So you're thinking these guys, and that's one team, because they travel with multiple stages, multiple lights, multiple crews, because they leapfrog each other, right? From one show to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. So he's, like, imagine he's got 20 of these trucks, 20 of these crews on the road for that. Can you imagine what it would cost you to fill one of those trucks with diesel?
Yeah.
Diesel,
exactly.
when I filled up the other day, diesel was around $4 a liter. Come on.
Because now, like, artists, and they agree, and they also maybe just want to do this, is the fact that they want to put that production, that kind of wow factor onto their concerts, right? It's no longer, and what it used to be for a very long time was just the stage, maybe some backup dancers, a few lights, but now the production value is like, we need to put on a show. It's not it's a show from start to finish. And they do phenomenally well. And sometimes you got to pay for it, which I completely understand because it takes a lot of hard work. So, and the dog just went off.
I'm not hearing the dog.
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm not. What I am hearing, though, is a bunch of people who want to tell us that it's time for... all the gossip, all the buzz. Oh, yeah. It's celebrity stuff.
Woo!
Want to get to celebrity stuff this week? Let's get to it. Pamela Anderson leads things off. She is now the face of an ad campaign celebrating real women as opposed to AI. Hear, Pam. She says, quote, nothing can replace human beings.
That's fair. I mean, in some regard. I don't know. I mean, some jobs could probably be replaced with AI, but some jobs definitely can't.
You got to stop celebrating replacing humans. Humans need to do things. I'm not saying
to celebrate it. I'm just saying I understand it. That's all.
Megan Thee Stallion, love, and Nickelback, some people love. They have teamed up to... Okay, well, there you go. See, you're some people.
I'll admit it. I love Nickelback. You can quote me. I've got a T-shirt.
Some of their stuff.
I don't wear it. I have it.
That's what kills me about Nickelback fans. This defense that they feel they need to come at you with. It's like, I mean, I can take or leave. I'm not on either team. I can take or leave Nickelback. Some of their songs, yeah, sure, whatever. Anyway,
I like them.
Megan Thee Stallion and Nickelback, who, in case you missed it, Zoe loves, have teamed up for a 4-minute mini action movie. It's actually a commercial for Cheetos Flamin' Hot Dill Pickle Snacks, and the whole thing's actually really freaking cool.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go
Google that
for this. Yeah, because that sounds really funny.
You are familiar with Taylor Lautner, yes?
Of course.
And who did Taylor Lautner marry?
Taylor.
Yes, so you have Taylor Lautner and his wife, Taylor Lautner. Things I suspect are about to get much more confusing because they are now expecting their first child.
I swear, if they don't name it Taylor Lautner, I'm unsubscribing from this. And I'm going to Team Edward. If Taylor does this.
I mean, like, even if they wanted to, like, even if they're looking at each other going, this is so stupid.
I want to go on a betting app and see if like there's an option to bet whether or not they're going to name their
There
kid.
has to be. There
Taylor
has to be.
Lautner.
I know you and Granny Moo will watch Wheel of Fortune together often. Do you watch
Mhm.
Jeopardy at all, though?
Yes, of course. That
Okay.
plays right after.
Hence my question. Well, even more Jeopardy coming your way. Jeopardy YouTube debuts March 31st. It'll be hosted by Ken Jennings with a twist. It features 3 YouTube creators playing for their charity of choice.
Oh, that's fun. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm sure the like Mr. Beast episode is going to be probably pretty big. I assume he's going to jump on there. He's very charitable, I know. I loved did you see the Pop Culture Jeopardy on Prime?
Nope.
No, it was hosted by what's his name? He's on SNL. Dang. He's married to Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, Colin
Jost. Colin Jost. It came to me. I got there, guys.
Do I not get
It's
bonus
Saturday.
points for at least knowing it was Colin?
Yes, you do. And you got me there. Thank you.
Thank you.
So yeah, no, that one was actually really funny. I liked that one a lot.
You're entitled to a brain fart now and then.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
much better
blonde.
with celebrities than I am. I'm learning as I go here. I do know who these guys are. I can't name any of them, but I do know BTS. And Netflix says
Yes.
that their Seoul concert live stream drew 18.4 million viewers around the world. That's
Crazy. I was not one of them, but did it crash? Can anyone confirm whether it crashed or not? Because that always happens with Netflix doing live things.
Yeah.
Which I understand. The technical feats to have that many people watching the same thing at the exact same time. Yeah, I don't doubt is very complicated. So
But that's been the conversation in broadcast circles for a long time, even as you know, recently as like 2 years ago, because I was doing my show on blasttheradio.com and I was streaming. I had a live camera in the studio, and everybody's like, like not everybody can do that. The bandwidth isn't there, and like the infrastructure is just not there. We're
Yeah.
closer, I think, with a lot of the servers and stuff that are there now and 5 technology, but yeah, that can overwhelm.
yeah, for sure.
Speaking of, and it has nothing to do with celebrity stuff, but it just came to mind. I went to watch, because I'm not watching a lot of Senators hockey. I haven't watched Senators hockey in a long time. But I wanted to see their game. Now that they're back in it, I'm interested. And I wanted to see their game against Pittsburgh the other night. Whatever the
Yes.
game was that was on
We lost.
Amazon. So I'm flipping through Sportsnet and TSN, and I'm not seeing the game. And I'm like, what the hell? So Googled, it's on Amazon. I'm like, oh, interesting. So I called my dad, and I'm like, Dad, heads up. He's like, every Monday game is on Amazon, John. I didn't know. So Dad's 89. Dad's got this down. He's laughing at me for my lack of awareness. But what I wanted to say was, huge props to Amazon. That production that they do on their Monday night hockey broadcast.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's hilarious. It's fun. It's phenomenal. I will take that over whatever the frig that is that Ron McLean is doing with Elliott and all that nonsense between periods. Holy crap, that puts me to sleep. Just talk about sucking the life out of a game. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Amazon was fantastic.
Yeah, I do enjoy it quite a lot. And like I have Sportsnet, and so I have Prime. I have Sportsnet through Prime, so I get kind of both, which is nice. Like, so in case I'm not getting the actual feed on Mondays, I do have the option to go somewhere else. So
and the production for the PWHL is not at the same level, but
they'll get there.
But even scaled down like it is, the stuff that they do between periods, and then they've got this podcast that they go to after, which I forget the name of, Hockey Chicks or something. But they're bringing comments on through a chat room and stuff. It's fantastic. I mean, it's a scaled down production. It's basically be done on a laptop and some sort of app. It's so riveting. So good.
No, that's great. And I'm excited. Yeah.
Back to... Oh, I muted it. Celebrity stuff. We now know what Stephen Colbert is going to do when The Late Show ends in May. He and his son are going to write a new film for the Lord of the Rings franchise. He's a huge fan.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for them.
Speaking of big things on the internet, the trailer for Spider-Man Brand New Day has broken records. It is now the most viewed movie trailer of all time, 1.1 billion views in just 4 days.
We love our Tom Holland.
Apparently so.
Yes.
Have you been following this Sabrina Carpenter story? She apparently is getting all kinds of text messages, and they are erotic.
Oh, from Shaq?
Well, allegedly. Shaq. This is the thing. Right?
Shaq says no. Shaq is like, no, I did not do that. But
Here's the quote from Shaq, and I love Shaq. Here's the quote.
I know, we all love Shaq. Sweet baby Shaq.
He says, the Diesel has way more game than that.
Yeah, I know. And when I saw that as his like response to this, I was like, yeah, he didn't do it. Like, what a perfect, like, well-rounded response of, yeah, no, he didn't do that.
He kills me. I just love the man. He's just.
I would have wanted to see him so bad at Escapade, like, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah, right?
Like, yeah, it would have been really good to see him.
Another one of those things that I found out about after the fact, that Shaquille
I know,
O'Neal's
right?
Anyway.
DJ Diesel, we love you.
So it does beg the question then, who's sending these dirty messages to Sabrina Carpenter?
Ooh. Who hates Shaq? Is there anyone out there who hates Shaq?
Paging Charles Barkley. Paging Charles Barkley.
He might be responsible.
Or Kevin Hart, maybe?
Yeah, not to name names, you know. Actually, Kevin Hart, that would he'd probably say like, oh, it was an April Fool's joke. It was like a long rounded April Fool's joke.
I could see Kevin Hart pranking Shaq by doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. That's totally in his wheelhouse.
We solved it. There you go, Sabrina.
That's us.
We figured
That's
it out.
us.
For you.
There you
Call
go.
Kevin
All
Hart.
right. You're welcome, Internet. Bridgerton is currently in production for season 5. I know that gets a lot of people excited in many, many ways. I can tell you what.
Dearest gentle readers.
Yes.
Season 5 has got some
doing
hot
this
and heavy.
Yeah, I should be doing some Shakespearean voice for this, but I won't.
Yeah.
Just so people know, season 5 is going to focus on the love story between Francesca and Michaela.
I knew this was coming too. I kind of had these like, I don't know, while I was watching season 4, I was like, oh, are we going in a lesbian direction?
So, yes.
Dearest gentle readers, your next heated rivalry is
I was just going to say, heated rivalry. There you go. And for a little bit of nostalgia, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, which was on television from 1968 until 2001, it now has its own YouTube channel. So if you want to, if you got youngsters or you've got grandkids and you want to have them, watching, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. YouTube has it.
Back in my day, we watched this, but not on YouTube.
Back in my day, that was on PBS and it was Channel 4, and I had to get up and actually change the channel on the TV to put it on. Click, click.
The TV had tubes, but it wasn't a YouTube.
You are correct.
I am.
We didn't have a microwave at Milky Manor, but God dash, we had God dash. That's right, God dash.
God dash.
That's me trying to reel in the swear words. We did have a color TV. Dad was one of the first on the block with a color TV back in my day.
Back in my day.
And it was like one of those old cabinet TVs too. It was like built into a wood cabinet, and it even had like this little wood cover that would roll up into it. So, people would walk into your house going, I thought you said you had a TV. I don't see a TV.
And then you're like, what, bam? And they're like,
let me unroll this.
What?
So stupid. But yeah, that was the deal. All right, it is time for some news nuggets, Zoe.
We got your news nuggets, the nuggets of news, morsels of information ready for you. That was all karaoke right there.
There you go. We got our little taste after all. Milky with wind. Speaking of nostalgia, I hope everybody tuned in from my era has hung on to their cassettes. CDs were more a thing for your generation. I think cassettes weren't.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you hung on to your cassettes because they are trendy again. Maxell, a big name in the world of cassettes, are bringing back the classic personal tape player, which we refer to as the Walkman.
For how much money?
Not very much money, actually.
Oh,
for anywhere from 110 to 140 Canadian dollars.
No, guys, you got to capitalize on the nostalgia.
But it looks
Just like the wedding industry capitalizes on weddings and the baby industry capitalizes on babies, you must wrangle the nostalgia and make us pay for it.
have nice things.
Nope,
We-
got to pay for it.
Anyway, it looks exactly like the old school Walkmans from back in the day. Some of the new modern features on it, though, it does have Bluetooth built in, so you can beam it to your car
Ooh.
radio, you can beam it to your headset, you can beam it to your Bluetooth speaker, and it
You can beam it to the moon.
and it charges via USB-C.
As everything has to now, which I love.
Yep.
Come to the dark side, the Android side.
I will give credit to the Android side for the USB-C. But that's about it. One of my favorite stories that I've ever had in News Nuggets is this. I don't think I've ever spent more than maybe 20 seconds watching anything UFC, but I am suddenly a huge fan of the UFC, and here's why. UFC boss Dana White says he is going to cover every penny for 12-year-old Maya Gabala's medical care. She is the survivor from that school shooting in Maple Ridge, BC.
Yeah.
She's going to go to Los Angeles to a special treatment hospital. UFC is picking up the entire bill for that, including paying for the accommodations, so her family can be by her side.
Yeah, I was, and I think a lot of people were absolutely just touched right to the core about, and like, for him to be willing to do that and,
Amazing.
Giving them time because, of course, she is starting to get to that point now where they're able to move her because they weren't able to move her for a while, and still having that offer on the table from them is just so phenomenal. Yeah. What a great way to,
Happy to give that as much love as we can. I'll happily tune in and watch a little UFC and help boost your ratings just because I love what you're doing. I love when great billionaires, wealthy people step up to do good. You deserve my support. And I hope everybody, spends a little time.
We need more of that in the world sometimes, for sure. Yeah.
Support the good. 65% of people say that engagement rings have pretty much evolved from a symbol of love to, frankly, just a financial burden. 26% of Gen Z say they'd rather not bother with a ring at all. They would rather take that money and do an engagement trip. I love that.
Ooh. I mean, you could probably just get a really nice, knockoff. Now, the knockoff rings.
Yeah.
They don't have lead in them. So that was something our generation.
All it comes down to, once you get married, you put the ring on the finger, and a simple band will do. But Gen Z's
but
big they're much more sensible with money.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that, but yes. They still want to go on it. They're still spending the money, Milky. Well, in a different way.
Yeah, but they're seeing things and going places, and I admire that.
The amount of people that I see who online who have gotten fake replicas of their rings off of Amazon that aren't tarnished, they're tarnish resistant, they don't turn your finger green, all that stuff, to go on vacations because they still want to wear their wedding ring on vacation, but they don't want to lose the actual rings. They get replica ones or ones that are close to it. And they wear those, and it's well, if they're that good, they're that deceiving to the eye, why get a real one? Just get a fake one.
I've got one here, and I've even seen people getting into heated conversations on the internet over it. My husband has a wedding ring, and yet he goes to work and he wears this little nylon ring on his finger. That's not the ring I gave him, and I'm upset and blah 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 blah. Well,
so that's a safety thing.
Well, there you go. The guy's a mechanic, or he works with his hands, and we all know from Jimmy Fallon, his wedding ring. I don't know if people know this. Jimmy Fallon, had a fall at home one day, and his wedding ring got caught on the edge of the counter. You'll never not look at Jimmy's ring finger now because it's so obvious.
You're just exposing him. He's how could you do this?
Oh no! This was. He had it all bandaged up on the show for a good long time. He talked about what happened was the ring got caught on the counter, and as he fell, it basically peeled the skin on his finger right back. Right down to the bone, and he had to have surgery on it. And in the finger now, it doesn't bend. It stands out like a sore thumb, for lack of a better word.
Sore finger.
Yeah. These latex or whatever they are, neoprene, anyway, whatever they are, they're fantastic, and I've got that, so I'm still wearing it when I'm doing things like working on stuff.
But I have always said like I would not want a $10,000 ring.
Yeah, you do.
Like I don't want the
Yeah, you do.
responsibility of that. No, I don't. No, I honestly, because if I lose it, the immense
That's it.
amount of guilt that
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel that I lost $10,000, I'd throw up. I'd immediately throw up. Like
I could
no.
not love you more for saying that. So let me tell you a story. So
Oh no.
So two things. Speaking of rings, yeah, the engagement ring also requires a lot of maintenance. So Sue, sadly, so
Yes.
her ring I had custom made for her. A jeweler who's no longer with us, who I just absolutely loved, who stood by his work and would have fixed this in a heartbeat had he still been here. But it's got the larger diamond in the middle, and then it has on either side it has two smaller diamonds. And she lost one of the diamonds a few years ago, and she's just
That happens.
it does.
Tongue comes loose and they just pop out and you just
And she's
lost
and she's
2 grand
upset.
in
Yeah,
diamonds.
yeah.
You're
This
like,
tiny little
"Ugh,
diamond that I've got to replace
I wanna-
now. Holy crap!
So yeah,
Well,
no, like for me, also the style that I like, and we all know, like I've mentioned it before, I like upcycled, I like vintage,
There you go.
and I'd be so happy to have $1,000 vintage Art Deco engagement ring. Like I don't need the $10,000 one. Just the person knowing that that would be something that I would want, and like picking that style would be enough for me. Like
She got the ring she wanted, and it was custom done for her. But you were talking about the guilt you would feel if you
yeah,
lost something of value like that. So I was big into getting her jewelry for birthdays and anniversaries for a long time, and I would always go to this jeweler to have it done. And they were always, and his wife was a jewelry designer, and and she would call me and say, hey, Sue's birthday's coming up. I've got a couple of pieces here that I had her in mind for when I was designing them. And
oh,
oh yeah, always blown away. And they are always really, really good to me on price. But for her, I don't know, birthday, Christmas, anyway, for one occasion, one year, I got her these beautiful earrings, and they have a set of, so it's a circle with a set of diamonds around them. And then you have a little inset, and you can opt for whether you want to go with red, blue, sapphire, whatever color. So there's other, not, I mean, gemstones, not diamonds, but gemstones in them. These rings or these earrings were quite expensive. So I give her this present, and I'm like, but please, don't wear them everywhere. And she looks at me like, asshole. All I want to do is wear these everywhere. And I'm like, well, don't wear them on the bus. And she's never once worn them because I'm like, here's the gift, but it comes with a warning. Don't wear these anywhere.
what's so funny
I was that
for
guy.
me, like being a June person, like I love gravitating to pearls because I just love pearls. They're great. But like Alexandrite, I found out, which is another one of the birthstones for June, is like one of the most expensive ones to buy. Like when it comes to any of like gemstone or diamond, court to court, like it's like way more expensive, and I could not believe that. And I'm like, why did I have to get the expensive month? Like, I'm like, damn it. I mean, we do have moonstone too, which is kind of fun, but
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
Aquarius over here with the rubber ring. That's
and I'm over here with no ring because forever an MC, never a bride.
oh, jeez.
If we want to go toe to toe,
Kitty party for Zoe. Here we are.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
side note,
Forever
I would
alone.
love to give my business to, and I've done a survey on Facebook and looking for recommendations for jewelers. But if you happen to be a jeweler or know a jeweler who you think,
Yes.
for those who grew, if you ever did business with Waldemar Jewelers. They were in the Greenbank Square, and they were in the Manotick Mews for a while, but then they're also at Canada Centrum. Gina is still around. I've tried contacting Gina to no avail, but Waldemar was his name, Polish guy, was just the sweetest man and very good to me. And they're not around anymore. I would like to do business with someone like them, please. So if you've got a suggestion for a
Oh, yeah, I
phenomenal
do.
jeweler like that, okay, so do you want to
Yeah,
say it on the podcast or DM me?
Yes. Oh, of course. I love Joanna. And they're like, so Joanna is someone I play softball with.
Oh.
Her family owns Gold Art Studios on Bank Street. Please go look on their Instagram, their Facebook, their website. Yeah, it's a family-run jewelry business out of here in Ottawa. Long-standing in the community, and
Hey.
they put together some phenomenal. Beautiful pieces. Like,
All right.
if
I
I can
will.
afford it, I would be there, Joanna. Love you.
So that'll be my first. That'll be my
She's
starting point.
offered
Thank
for
you.
me to like come like check it out and like try stuff on. And it's like, no, but then I fall in love. And then I'm like, $10,000 in debt because of this gorgeous necklace you put on me.
So don't
I'm
bring
so
Zoe
sad.
with me when I go to get the
Yeah,
ring.
no, please don't. Keep me out of jewelry stores, please, for the love of God.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so bad about it.
Well, thank you for the recommendation. That's great. Okay, good.
Yes, no, highly recommend Gold Art Studios.
Got to start somewhere. Thank you. Okay. Sticking with the whole generational conversation, Zoomers and Boomers are our two loneliest generations, but now they can call each other. It is an effort to bring people together. It's a neuroscience project, and they've set up two bright yellow payphones. One is labeled Call a Boomer. That is set up in Boston. The other says Call a Zoomer. And they've set that up in a senior community in Reno, Nevada. And so now you pick up the phone and you're talking to the other generation. And one of the recent calls resulted in a Zoomer telling a Boomer to get off the phone and go spend some time outside. So is that success or is that a fail? I don't know.
I think that's a success.
I love it. I love it. This was interesting. A circus performer from Finland who goes by the Baron broke a Guinness World Record this week, and I know you love world records. You like to break
I
one
do.
yourself. Well,
That'd be cool.
I don't think you're going to go for this one.
Um,
He broke the Guinness World Record for the heaviest vehicle pulled by the nipples.
oh no, I'm good. Yeah,
Right?
I'll happily bow out of not wanting to compete for that one.
2,184 pounds. He pulled one of those old horse-drawn carriages attached to piercings.
I
Piercings
was
would
gonna
make
say
it worse, wouldn't it?
I was like, those are some clamps. My goodness. Like, I didn't know it was like, yeah, by piercing. Oh.
Piercings would be worse. Wouldn't piercings
How do you train for
tear
that?
out? Yeah, right?
Do you just like, and also like, what provoked you to want to train for that? Were you just like one day you were like, let's just see how much I could hang off of my nipple piercings, and then
Listen.
from there you were like, oh, this doesn't hurt, and then
I am part of a community where they experiment with that type of thing.
again, that's why I was surprised about the strength of clamps. I was like, I think the kudos goes to the clamps at this point.
Even as aware of that culture that I am, that even is like, okay.
Yeah. Where do we buy those? On Amazon?
Matter of fact, I believe he bought his nipple rings from Gold Art Studios on Bank Street.
No, don't put them stuck with that. That's terrible. They did not.
They're friends of yours. I know they must have a sense of humor. So,
Oh, yes, for sure.
you're a baseball fan. You must be excited that Jays.
I
are
was
back
at
on
the home
field.
opener yesterday. Well,
What?
not at it. No, not at it, but like I went to go watch it at the bar.
Okay, so going to watch it at a bar in Ottawa is not the same as being at the game.
Yeah, I would have though.
know
Like
you would.
if I could have like via railed in and out of there.
I would love to do that with you, by the way. I know we talk about a lot of
Yes.
things that we love to do.
We both love the train.
Well, yeah, and it gets you
Yeah.
right there.
I know.
I have anyway.
Just make a day trip out of it.
My summer is going to be crazy because, of course, we look after the in-laws in New Brunswick.
Yeah.
But I have been told that I must come back for a little break here and there, so I will have opportunities to make that happen. Anyway, there is. It's happening. It's not happening in Toronto, but it's happening at a lot of baseball stadiums this year. The 999 Baseball Challenge.
Oh yeah, 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, and 9 innings. I know.
I know.
I know.
I knew you'd know that.
I would really love to go on it was a Toonie Tuesday there to a Jays game just so I could try to accomplish this.
But they're not offering it there. Could you couldn't do 9 hot dogs and 9 beers in a 9-inning game, could you?
Yeah, absolutely I could.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my God! I would need like 9 months just to recover from that gut ache, and I'm a lot bigger than you are.
No, yeah, no, I'd accomplish this. If it was like, yeah, I'm very competitive. We know this. Like, if you told me,
So are you aware then that the 999 challenge is in collaboration with Joey Chestnut, the guy who always wins the hot dog eating championship? This is his brainchild.
oh no,
Yeah.
is it? Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny. I love that he's expanding his platform. Like trying to really build a business over here. I like it. Uh, but yeah, wait, but if I go on a Toonie Tuesday, I could get 9 hot dogs. They're not going to stop me.
Or, you could just have one hot dog and be a reasonable human and then go for
No, it's
dinner after
ridiculous.
someplace bougie, as you like to do.
No, that's ridiculous.
All right. Well, I'll buy you the
First
tuna
off,
hot dog and then I'll go someplace bougie.
the 9 beers is bougie enough, okay? Like that's a pretty hefty bill when you're paying
Even-
like $9 a beer.
Even back in my 20s, my early 20s, when I drank a lot of beer back then. I don't know that I could do 9 in one
See,
sitting.
Yeah, like I would have to get 2 at a time
Oh,
because like the minute I'm done one, like I'd have to like start moving on to the next one.
ugh.
And then like at least then if I need to take a break for an inning, I'm already up a hot dog
Don't you
and
find
a beer.
beer is
So then-
heavy in your belly?
Yeah.
Yeah, I find
Yeah.
that's why I don't like beer. It feels like it's sitting there, and I feel it.
I mean, as long as everyone is around me, like cool with me just like burping, because like I get really burpy with beer. Like,
but when
try
I
to
do it on the
avoid
show, there's lectures for days afterwards. You burp.
Yeah, but you're not doing the 999 challenge. You're just
okay.
gassy.
As long as I involve alcohol and hot dogs, you're cool with it. Okay, I'm learning.
Yeah, it's fine. Learn
note
it.
here.
Write that down. This or that and why.
Gold Art Studios on Bank Street and beer and hot dog and burps.
Yeah.
Okay, good to
Yeah.
know. All right. FYI, if you're going to see a game and you want to bring the family, the average cost for a Major League Baseball game for a family of 4 this year is around $311 Canadian. Not bad. The Blue Jays are
terrible.
middle of the pack. They are number 17 on the list. The average family of 4 can take in a Jays game for $279.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like that kind of
Great.
tracks because I think I paid around like $45 for our tickets
That's-
last time I went.
That's
Like-
perfectly reasonable. I don't like
And you could see everything. Like we weren't close by any means. We were up in the
No.
500s, but you could still
But
see
you were
everything
there.
clear as day. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
and you're
was
part
great.
of things for sure.
Yeah. And
And
there's
I'm
also a bunch of stuff you can do too. You can go down to like the flight deck at the back. There's like a museum now that they've installed over the last off season. There's like a kid zone sometimes when they do was it Junior Jays Sundays. Like, for a family, like you don't have to go sit in your seats right away. There's multiple places you can go stand and watch the game for free. That's closer than maybe your ticket seats are. So
What
yeah,
a
highly recommend.
what a single ticket. So even 200 level at Canadian Tire Center. Would a single ticket for a Sens game be around $275?
Yeah, they're not cheap.
So, there
for
you go.
sure.
Family of 4
Yeah,
Blue Jays
'cause,
game for $279.
I was in 216 and I got a deal on the tickets and the deal was like they were $90 each. And that was like someone taking off almost like $40-50 from the actual ticket price that they paid. So yeah, it's gonna cost you.
This or that and why, right?
Yeah.
A man in Poland has finally passed his driving test.
Yay!
After 139 failed attempts in the course of 9 years. Is that somebody you really want to have on the road?
Oh no. Definitely. This is like the same thing when the Queen's husband there.
Philip?
Philip there. Prince Philip, when he crashed his car, we were all like, oh no, it's time, Philip. I'm sorry. No more for you. No more driving for you, Philip.
Yeah. And maybe we'll
Yes.
throw Tiger Woods into that group.
Yeah,
too?
there's got to be like if you don't complete it in this many attempts,
How
You
many
don't get
fails
to
would
get
how
it.
many fails would you have had before you finally just decided, nope, not for me, got to walk away from this?
probably about I'd say 3. I'd give myself, 3 strikes you're out. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah.
if you really cannot complete it in 3 goes, then
And I would have been
sorry.
struggling for the third. I would have been like really questioning, like, should I really be even trying to do this? Like the universe is
I'd be-
trying to tell me something.
Yeah, I would be
139.
questioning life. Yeah, for sure.
Well, once you do have your license, you're out there driving. CAA would like to hear from you. Their annual "What is the Worst Road" campaign. Dun,
Carling.
dun, dun. That's the one that typically wins in Ottawa every year.
Carling.
is
It's always
pretty bad.
Carling. I was just going down there the other day to go to the Canadian Blood Services, or yesterday, sorry, because I donating blood. And yeah, horrendous after Kirkwood. What are we doing in this city? They got one of those like pothole filler 3000s that they've got. They rented.
Yeah,
they rented it now.
I've never seen that with my own
Can
eyes.
someone just report all of Carling to the city of Ottawa and just someone send that freaking little robot down with the one-man operation and just fill all
But
that
it's
stuff?
every year. But it's every year. And
No, I know it's every year. And I understand why it's every year. I'm just saying. It's just like you're gripping the steering wheel like it's like a python that's about to attack you because you're just like so on edge as you're going over every single one of these because the last thing you want is to have to call CAA.
But when you do and you need that wheel replaced or you need a new alignment because you hit that pothole too hard, McCarthy Automotive. 1150 Heron Road, McCarthyAutomotive.ca. So yeah, get in touch with CAA and nominate your worst road. People have been chiming in on my Facebook because I did ask the question. Carling came up a lot. The other one too, and it's choking things off right now is the construction that is going on Bank Street, pretty much from Riverside south all the way up now to Heron. You cannot move. And it's years they've been doing this. What are we doing that's taking years?
Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
I don't get it. As for the potholes, I found this out through the show I do in Kitchener-Waterloo, and I was not aware of this, but those cold patches that they put in, like February when potholes start happening, March, that cold patch only lasts a few days.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking weeks, we're talking days, those cold.
Yeah, because the hole has to be dry and the ground has to be thawed for them to actually like stick and stay. Like,
I just thought it would stay there for a while and just not look as pretty as a proper patch. That's what I thought.
No. And then the whole like proper patch is just to replace the whole road. Like, it's just and then we're in the Bank Street situation all over again.
We are.
Because then they're like, well, while we're ripping up the road, we might as well go and look at the stuff underneath. And my goodness, look at all these old pipes we need to replace now. And now it's another 5 years and another $2.3
Now it's an architectural dig, and we need to involve a whole other pile of people to determine whether or not this is some
red
sort
tape.
of important history.
Oh, look, more red tape. Oh, look, more red tape. Oh, we cut a piece of red tape. Oh, there's another piece of red tape. Never mind.
Also, they don't start making, and I guess they can't, just due to the environment we live in, they can't start making the asphalt until May. So
that checks out.
That's kind of why we're in the mess we're in every year.
And guys, again, it's based on season. So if this season seems particularly bad, you can thank all the freezes and the thaws that we have had over and over and over and over again. So if you're mad at the roads, don't be. It's actually just the weather's fault. And we're always mad at that. So get over it. I
am going to challenge your brain now. Put on your thinking cap. We're going to talk food. We're going to talk fast food for a second, okay?
Oh, okay. That's fine.
So picture your favorite fast food places.
Oh.
Okay. I want you to assemble in your mind, well, out loud because it's a podcast.
Yeah.
But the perfect fast food meal. So we're talking a burger. We're talking a chicken sandwich and fries and a drink. So where is your burger coming from? Fast food places only.
Oh, it's got to be a Big Mac.
And chain fast food.
Yeah, it's got to be a Big Mac.
Big
for
Mac.
A burger.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to do a Frings, but I'm going to do the McDonald's fries with A&W onion rings.
You're getting ahead of me here. You can only type so fast.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, so burger for you is Big Mac. Where's your chicken sandwich from?
Ooh, Mary Brown's.
Ooh, interesting choice. Okay.
Yeah.
Your fries are from?
McDonald's.
You like those.
But then also it's a Frings, so I want my onion rings from A&W.
And fast food place that has a drink that you like?
A&W.
Root beer?
Yeah.
So here is the perfect fast food meal, according to a survey recently released. Best burger? Burger King.
No! None of you have taste. I'm out. I don't even want to play this stupid game anymore.
And I agree with you 100%. Asterisk,
Unless
asterisk, except
it's that
for
one place.
The Burger King in Sussex, New Brunswick,
There we go.
makes it's the only place that a Whopper actually tastes like a friggin' Whopper and looks like what you see in the commercial. I don't understand what their secret is. And Burger King is on this huge campaign right now that they've changed the Whopper. And there's even a number on the receipt for that you text the president of the company directly with your thoughts and they will get back to you. Blah, 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 blah. I went out of my way. I went down to the Burger King on Santa Rosa Boulevard thinking, okay, they have fixed this. This is going to be just like the burger I get when I'm at that little gas station Burger King in Sussex, New Brunswick. No, it was freaking garbage again. It was shit. God, it was bad.
Did you just text the word
No.
shit to?
No. I'm so disappointed. Anyway, best burger at a fast food place. I'm going Wendy's. I love their burgers.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting.
You said Mary Brown's for a chicken sandwich. I have to. This is embarrassing because my best buddy lives in Newfoundland, where Mary Brown's is from. I've never eaten at Mary Brown's except for the one time he took me, and I think we just got like the little bucket of like wings and a breast, and it was like KFC to me, which I know is something to say, but
No.
I hear nothing but good things with Mary Brown's. Why have I not gone to Mary Brown's more often? Okay. Chick-fil-A, by the way, gets the #1 vote for.
Oh, but we don't really have those. Like we have one deep in Canada, right? At the
I'm not going.
Tanger.
Yep.
But they're apparently opening a second one.
They are, and I'm not going to it either.
Oh. It's at College Square
Not going.
at the old beer store. In case
Not
anyone
going to
was
Chick-fil-A.
wondering.
They're not going to get a dime from me.
Why?
Reasons.
What's wrong with Chick-fil-A?
Oh, we'll do that off the air because we'll get letters.
Oh, okay. Spicy Chick-fil-A today.
Don't expect to see the rainbow flag near Chick-fil-A anytime.
Oh, it's one of those reasons. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell
Oh, that's
yes.
fair. No, I just was like, what are the reasons? Like Epstein files? Like what it was up? Like
That's the reason. Come at me. Don't care. If you like them, great. I'm not stopping you from going. I'm just not going. Period.
yeah, that's
Conversation.
fine. That's your choice.
All right. French fries. You said Frings from McDonald's. That is
No, I said fries from McDonald's. I said onion rings from A&W.
Oh.
I'm saying like if I had to make the perfect fast food, like it would be a Frings because I want
so
onion
you're adding
rings
on
and
to
fries.
the meal.
I'm making up the meal. As I
Okay.
go. Yeah.
So fries, McDonald's. McDonald's was the #1 choice. Frings was not an option. But yeah. Fast food fries. Used to be
McDonald's.
Harvey's hands down, but they everything at Harvey's is not what it was.
Oh, McDonald's.
I'd still rather a chip truck, although that doesn't really qualify for this.
No.
You know what? Okay, I will throw Burger King a bone. Their fries are pretty good at Burger King.
Okay.
They're hot all the time.
Okay.
And your drink of choice is an A&W root beer.
Mm-hmm.
I am with the majority of people who said a milkshake from DQ. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know a milkshake was an option.
It's a drink.
I would have said Blizzard from Dairy Queen.
No, but that's not a drink.
Well, by the time I get home,
Okay.
because I'm driving usually, so
No, you're walking.
yeah, or walking.
'Cause
Yeah,
you're
and I'm just
walking
like
everywhere.
I'm sipping it as I walk.
Oh my God, too funny. Yes. Anyway, that was an option, and yeah. How good would Dairy Queen be right about now?
Oh, stop! Now I want Dairy Queen. I missed Free Cone Day.
Yeah. Another one of those.
Yeah.
Oh, that happened yesterday. Well, where was the notification in advance? Why?
I knew about it. I just forget on the day.
Why didn't you tell me?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You message me on TikTok and Instagram with the weirdest shit. But you don't tell me about Free Cone Day on DQ. Zoe Thorne.
True. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man.
What inspired that?
I don't know. Just how I sounded when I.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I was worried about you for a moment. I thought we were having a mental breakdown before a very.
Oh, that's happened on a daily, like between.
all right.
It's on the hour, you know.
You want some more news nuggets, or should we move on to other shit?
How
I gotta
much time do we have left? I feel
We got like 5-6
Wrap.
minutes.
Okay.
Let's do does of the day.
Okay. Unless, yeah. Mhm.
Are you cool with that?
I got it. Yeah, I just got to get the fish trophy.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
move my cashews.
All right, well,
Very
here we go.
well priced cashews.
You
I
grab the
might add.
trophy and the
I
cashews.
got the trophy.
I'm going to hit the very expensively produced duh of the day intro. Here we go.
Duh.
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 Dun, dun, dun.
Spent the entire budget
Da,
on
da,
it.
da.
Yeah. We have 1, 2, 3 options for you today, Zoe. You will ultimately pick our doozy duh of the day, beginning with a duh of the day from Anchorage, Alaska. A man walked into a credit union, handed the teller a note that read, quote, "I have a weapon, and that weapon I am armed with is the power and authority of Jesus Christ. Empty the drawer into the envelope. Do not set off the alarm. Thank you." Well, the teller emptied the cash, handed it to the thief. He headed across the street to a Costco parking lot. That's where police were waiting for him. And while they arrested him, they discovered he was already wearing an ankle monitor from a previous arrest.
Oh my goodness. Like I know that like they have to give the money over, like, without hesitation. But I would have at least first said like Jesus Christ after receiving that letter.
I believe in that situation, that would be an acceptable time to use the Lord's name in vain.
Okay.
Yes.
At least then, like that's a silent alarm without being a silent alarm.
You and I are a little different. I would have looked at him and gone, "Really? That's the best you can do? Threatening me with Jesus? Christ, man. You better."
I would have been like, I'm going to turn this money into wine.
Yeah. That's great. Anyway, my take on that, I don't think the courts will be offering him any forgiveness for that sin. There you go. All right. Next duh of the day candidate is this 21-year-old accused of robbing 3 banks in Michigan over the span of 8 days. During one
Man,
robbery.
stuff is tough out there.
Yeah, well,
Everyone
it
just
is.
robbing banks.
It is, and I would expect more of these stories to come. So during one particular robbery, he walked in with a gun, demanded the money. At least he had a gun instead of a note threatening Jesus. The teller gave him $7,000 in this case, and he fled. The suspect was caught after posting a selfie on Facebook the same day the bank was robbed, wearing the same outfit as the bank robber, and also holding the gun he used. Dun,
I
dun.
honestly... Dun, dun, dun. But no, I feel like the police are very thankful with how much Gen Zs love to post online because it is making their jobs a whole lot easier.
It's not the first story like that we've heard either, where
No.
stupid goes
is
and posts a selfie.
Every single time it is like some sort of young adult doing a crime, they always say, and they figured it out because he posted it online a day later.
I'm
And
so
you're like,
proud of
"Wow."
myself for what I've done. Look at me. Yeah, great. Duh of the day, candidate number 3, our final candidate this week, Zoe, and you will have to decide who ultimately gets, not in real life, but virtually, our fish trophy for
We
doozy
should
duh
really
of the
figure out
day.
a way to send it to people.
A little certificate or something. Participation
Yeah.
certificate.
Yeah, I don't mind sending it to a jail. We just have to look up the the criteria of being allowed to send mail there.
And like back in the days of, you remember gym class? Well, you would have got the gold badge. I always got the participation badge. Yeah, thanks for
Oh yeah, the
showing up, dude.
ribbons. We
A
love
little-
the ribbons.
Not even the ribbon, but I got like a little pin that you like. I didn't even get the ribbon.
Oh, you got a pin?
A little
Oh.
plastic pin. Always lost the backing. Anyway, candidate number 3 is this. So after meeting a guy at a bar and apparently having quite the night making out with him, this woman in Boston and her friend decided that was so hot, we should probably find this guy. So the next day, indeed, they Googled him, and their reaction to what they discovered when they did this has gone viral on TikTok. And of course, lots of people have weighed in with their suggestions on what she should do about the things she discovered about this dum-dum. He made out with her for the entire night, but kind of neglected to tell her all about the website he has up about his wedding, including his wedding registry.
See, like I always, and I'm just like, I'm such a fly to the trash when like reality TV and stuff like that. But like the TikTok videos of people being like, hey, if your name's Jessica and your husband was out on his bachelor party in Nashville, just so you know, he was talking major crap about you the whole time. And I just can't get enough of those videos. I'm like, oh my God, I feel so bad for Jessica. That guy is just terrible. Like, oh, I'm definitely right in on it. But
so you're a fan of the whole "are we dating the same guy" bullshit online? You love that stuff too, right?
Yes, yeah. Because I mean, guys, you do it. Like, what do you expect from us?
So do women.
Yes, no, of course.
Come on.
But we're gonna check our sources.
Well, that's the difference.
Yeah. And here are all my
skipping
links.
class. Yeah, right. All right.
Ghosting or stating facts.
We have Jesus guy, we have selfie guy, or we have wedding website dude. Who is our doozy duh of this week, Zoe Thorne?
I'm gonna go with Jesus Christ.
Dun, dun, dun.
Our doozy duh of the day, and we are just over an hour and a half, so that means we got to wind things up on this edition of ZM, Zoe. We've talked about a lot of things, had a lot of fun this week. Oh my gosh, this is like my favorite time of the week when I get to just hang.
I know, you say that every time.
But it's true.
Tell me something I don't know.
Try to be nice, fine.
No, I love it too. That's why I show up.
Yes, you do.
Sometimes late, sometimes hungover, sometimes maybe a brain cell is functioning, but I'm still here. I'm still here.
I really hope the listeners, and we have a growing audience. We check the numbers regularly, and the audience numbers continue to grow. And I know this podcast probably goes longer than most people would say it should probably go for.
We hear you.
But,
you know,
well, yeah,
we have too much fun.
We do, but
I know.
we hope for your sake, as someone who tunes this in, that by the time you break it up into little bits and pieces, you're taking us to work, you're taking us home from work, you've got us dialed in. By this, by the time your work week is done, you've been able to have us there with you for the entire week, and that's pretty awesome. So we thank you for that very, very much.
Yes, always.
Our show sponsor, of course, is
McCarthy Automotive.
McCarthyAutomotive.ca, 1150 Heron Road. We are on Apple. We are on Spotify. We are on Amazon. We're certainly on blasttheradio.com every single week. And by the way, the app disappeared from the App Store unbeknownst to me a little while ago.
We're on your cassette tapes.
We're going to be on your cassette tapes. Yes. Yes. I'm going to go back to like I used to do in my days of DJing in high school. I'm going to start dubbing tapes at night for everybody. So you've all got a copy for class.
Oh my God. I can't wait for Milky's playlist for Zoe. I'm so down.
Actually, that's one of the coolest things about, because back in high school, that was the thing. Like
my dad. No, I still have a cassette player. I've got something I could play. Yeah, I could play cassettes.
The mixtapes that I made. Oh my God, the mixtapes that I made, and everybody wanted copies. Suffice to say, when I worked in retail, and this is how I met my wife Sue, we were working at the same retail place, different stores, but the same retail place. The day that they fired me,
nice,
and deservedly so.
That seems like a trend for you. No kidding.
I was terrible at it. They put me. They made me manager. I mean, there's no way.
Oh, that was their first mistake.
Yes.
He can't even manage me, guys.
I can't even manage myself.
And I'm such a people pleaser.
You get headshots done, but otherwise, yes, you are. She comes walking into the store, announces to me that I no longer have a job there, and it breaks her heart to let me go, and blah, 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 blah. But could I please leave all of my mixtapes in the store for a couple of weeks so that she could dub them, and then I can come back and get them in a few weeks? No!
Those are mine now.
Hell no!
Go get your own damn mixtapes.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're gonna wrap the show up, but like this generation of, people who consume music, you go to Spotify, you hit a play button, and you got it instantly. But like even in the world of radio, like to apply for a job now, you just. The biggest challenge is just getting an audio recording of your show. Like, how do you record off the radio these days? You got to do it digitally, and then you got to, go and cut it all up, etc. But in the days that I was on the air, there was a little cassette deck in the studio that was You put a cassette in, you'd hit play record, and it would only record when the microphone was active. So when your shift was done, you had a cassette tape of just your on-air breaks, right? And then so to apply for jobs, you would take that and put it in a dual cassette recorder. And then originally you had to record everything in real time. So if your show was 30 minutes, every tape you were going to send to somebody, you needed to invest the 30 minutes to dub it. Then along came high-speed dubbing, and you could do it in about 2 times speed. So you're 50.
Whoa.
Now you're down to 15 minutes. But then you're doing a label for the cassette, putting it in an envelope with an actual typewritten resume that someone has photocopied for you. You're addressing it by holy crap.
And then all still to just get ghosted. I love that.
Yeah, to not be hired. Although, happy to say that one of the stations I'm on right now, the guy that hired me is a guy that ghosted me back in the days of sending cassettes to audition for a job.
Love that.
He got me eventually. Yep, he did.
Yep.
He did. Hey, $20 is $20, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. You understand. All right, we should probably end the show since we promised people 20 minutes ago we didn't show because we were overtime.
Yeah.
All right, end the show.
For sure. Okay.
Do it.
So if you like what you heard and nostalgia is the word.
No, on my cue. Here we go. You ready?
Oh.
Okay, now.
If you like what you heard and nostalgia is the word, then please spread it. As always, ta-ta for now. TTFN.
I love you so much. That's Zoe.
Play the extra.
Oh, yeah.
ZM,
That.
that's us and them. It's our
Alzheimer's is the word. Please spread it.
And if you don't, it's just because.
Oh, my God, indeed. Bye,
Along with
everybody.
our